Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And an alley to run. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Spinning past him. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Check my 50. They're not ready for this, man.
This is Corey Clement, the third-year back from Wisconsin. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. On second down, Clement. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards is the pickup, good for an Eagle first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. On second down, Clement. Now Clement fumbles the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
We're going to shut you down.
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, Let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. For a little juke. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers. Here's a 2nd and 7. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
In your face.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side. Carson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Now Wilson on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Carlos Hyde. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was capped off by a Carlos Hyde touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. They're going to look to throw.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On first down, Clement. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Watch QB's up. Watch QB's up. Mike's 54.
Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, he's going to go for it all. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. Oh, a nice spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
All day, baby, all day.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Phillip Rivers getting the job done again, as the win moves his guys to a terrific 9-2 on the year. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. A 3-touchdown differential in the end, 35-14, the final. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one to kick off Thanksgiving week. Ravens and Rams from Los Angeles. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And now running right through it. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
I want to remind you that coming up tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, another good one in store. The Ravens and the Rams from Los Angeles as we put a bow on Week 12 already. Hard to believe in the National Football League. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
They'll drop the throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Yeah, great effort there to shed the contact. And it helps him pick up the first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go with Clement again. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On the ground with a tight end. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd and 13. And that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Now they set up the screen for Clement. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They run it with Carson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. They run for it with Carson. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go, his first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Jason Myers
That was a pretty impressive touchdown play. Those broken tackles, those weren't easy to get by.
No, they really weren't. And they've had trouble tackling throughout this ball game. But on this particular play, how about that move? Or I should say moves with an S. Because I don't care if you were a great tackler. You had trouble getting him on the ground on that play.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Won't be enough, but here's a final chance at the extra point. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for the Seahawks, they move back over 500 now at 6-5, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6.